Gary. These are sunflowers. Sunflower sprouts. You can test them out. Oh, you don't have to pull. You don't have to pull so hard, dude. Don't have to pull. No! You're gonna knock the whole thing off. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I see you. Hey, Scott here, Scotty's Animals. Let me put this picture down for a second. Welcome to the first episode of the Guinea Pig Garden. So, I'm sure you've been watching the videos about growing wheatgrass on the windowsill, and then I got the cool trays for the wheatgrass, and then I had the sprouter, and the sprouter is the little contraption that allows you to sprout multiple layers of different seeds. Now, I've been putting all of these things together, and I also found this amazing book, and now, look, you can see I have a thriving indoor garden, and all of these are edible. So I'm a little embarrassed right now because this is the lentil sprouts, and they are wilting a little bit because I was a little bit late with the watering can. This is popcorn, believe it or not. These are popcorn sprouts. Now, if they were a little bit younger, I could still cook and eat these. But actually, that just tastes like sweet corn. But as you know, guinea pigs can eat every part of the corn plant. So this is an amazing bounty of sweet treats for my piggies. Here's just some mixed lettuce. Now, I'm gonna get into a little bit more details about what this is all about and what the method behind the madness is. And that's what the book has to do with. So I found this book online. It's called Year-Round Indoor Gardening, let me go get it. Okay, I was right. It's called Year-Round. Is there a rabbit out there? Okay, I was right. It's called Year-Round Indoor Salad Gardening. So it's not just about having a pot in the corner. This is about how to make a productive garden so that you can have salad every day. And if you use the techniques in this book, you can be making up to, multiple pounds of fresh produce every day. So I did talk a little bit about some of these things, but right here we've got, check it out. This is sunflower sprouts. These ones have gotten a little bit older. So the trick with this book and with sprouts in general is that you can get nutrients-dense soil sprouted greens in less than 10 days. Now, these have been growing for a couple weeks. So what has happened is the extra leaf has grown out, but what we're really looking for is just those first two seed leaves. But this entire thing is edible, and this tastes exactly like a mixture between sunflower seed, which is what it is, and parsley. The longer you let it go, the more bitter it is. I'll put a link to this book in the description. This is not a cheap book. On the back here, where does it say? It was like $25 for this book, and I was nervous about getting it, but it's worth every penny. If you follow the directions in this video, this will get you this far. But I highly recommend having this book in your library because it's just an excellent resource. But in the back here, he catalogs all the different types of seeds that he uses for his sprouts and all the different characteristics of them. So there's a lot of dense stuff in here that I'm not going to cover in this video, but I'm so excited to share this. These are bean sprouts. So you can eat certain types of bean sprouts while they're young. These might have gotten too far. I think these are radish greens. Or maybe that's the broccoli. So all these are edible for me and for the piggies. And they don't need refrigeration either. You just pick them whenever you're ready. Not only is this an actual bounty, but it also represents the knowledge that you can create fresh produce without lights, without any equipment, really, and you don't need a whole growing season. You can harvest little bits at a time, and you can have some of the most gourmet salads. You can't get these things in the store. Even if you wanted to, you know, a tiny pack of sprouts like this would be really expensive, and you can't even get these, some of them. You certainly can't get popcorn sprouts. So I said that you're able to harvest fresh veggies every day, but that means that you need to plant every day. So let's go through step by step what I'm doing every day to keep this cycle going. What you want is not any kind of random dirt. You want potting mix, and you really want it to be soilless if possible. What that means is that it's like peat moss and vermiculite, but it's not like pieces of decaying matter with bugs and gross stuff. So the book talks about a mix, a very detailed mix, but if you don't have that, the best potting mix you can find is going to be the way to go. And it really will make a difference as far as having little buggies fluttering around in your windowsill. So you want it to be pretty high up to the top, but in times like these, soil is a, you know, commodity, a hot commodity. So if I was stuck at home for a long period of time, he does talk about compost. And the cool thing is, once these are spent, you can just toss them in a bucket or out in your garden or in a pile, and they will decompose and you can reuse the soil. Or you can screen the roots and reuse the soil right away. So the book talks about the different things that he likes to sprout. These are radish seeds, I think, or maybe those are the radish seeds. Anyways, I've got broccoli, radish. Yeah, broccoli's smaller. So broccoli, radish. These are a spotted pea. And then these are just the generic old split peas that I found in the dollar store, but apparently they will sprout too. So we're going to try all these. So step one really is to soak your seeds for about 8 hours. You could just soak them overnight. If you soak them for longer than that, I think it's okay to soak them for like a day, but they'll start to sprout. You know, I think, see that? You'll start to see little sprouts in the cup. But that's not bad. It's fine. It's not going to affect our process. Now, I think it's kind of hard to spread these seeds out, especially once they're wet, and especially with one hand. So I'm going to put the camera down for a second and spread these evenly. Remember, this is the same old tofu tray from before, and I find that misting it a little bit, you don't want to over water this soil, especially now. But the author, actually recommends that you pre-mix your soil with water so that it's the perfect wetness. But I still haven't resolved how to spread these evenly, so I've been putting in, you know, the soil. It's not dry to the bone, but it's just the way it came from the package. And then this way I can use my spritzer to try to evenly distribute the seeds without the soil getting overly wet. And then you can really feel by weight. If it feels really waterlogged and heavy, then you've put in too much water. You might want to drain it. But you're just going to cover this with newsprint or newspaper, wet newspaper, and put it in the dark for like 4 days. So let's repeat that process, this time with a little bit bigger tray. Just depends what you're sprouting as to how big the tray or how much you want to yield. But it seems like the bigger seeds might require a slightly bigger tray, or if you want more, then you're going to do the bigger tray. And this was the smallest, this was really the only adequate size tray I could find at the dollar store at this time. So same thing here. These are the spotted peas. So these are special peas for sprouting, and you can see they are sprouting like champs already. There you go. You can see lots of little tail sprouts on these guys already. It's really cool. Well, these seem like mostly broken pieces, but I did Google it. Oh, wait, there's one. That one has a tail. Or starting to, right? Am I seeing things? So maybe some of these will sprout. I don't... Look, there's another one with seems like a tail starting. So this is an experiment. The thing is, these cost $1 a pound, and the other peas cost like $8 a pound or something. So these trays come with this, so I'm going to use that, and then we put them in the dark. Cover those over. Not only is this an opportunity to grow great food at home, but it's an opportunity to have fun. So I found this llama. This actually, believe it or not, is ceramic. It's got some kind of a coating on there, some kind of a iridescent glaze. And this is a vintage Japanese porcelain. This cracking is called crazing, and it's incredible. I've been really into this kind of kitschy style for about a year now. I've been watching a lady on YouTube called Sueme, S-U-E-M-E. That's the name of her channel, and she's been teaching me all about Japanese porcelain, especially mid-century Japanese porcelain. So I've got my broccoli sprouts in here, and actually broccoli in there also. I've got the radish in here, the spotted peas are there, and the other peas. Let's get them in the dark. So I guess I can put this one here. Here's some that I already had going on. Let's take a look. Wow. These are sunflower seeds. Now, don't freak out. A lot of people, and it even says in the book, a lot of people will say, ew, you've got mold. This isn't mold. These are the tiny, is this as far as I can zoom in? These are the tiny fibers from the root. So these are sunflower seeds, just like the ones you saw on the windowsill. More sunflower seeds. So you want to make sure to keep the newspaper wet. And you can even add a little bit of water under here. It's actually pretty good already. But let's keep these covered and keep them in the dark, and we'll check on them tomorrow. Okay, here's the next morning. And not much activity yet. It's been just about a day, but you can see almost all of these seeds have little tails. What's this one? This is the lentils. I didn't show you, but I was also soaking some lentils, so I put some lentils in. What's this one? Wow, these are the spotted peas, and they are going crazy already. Almost all of them seem to have a sprouted tail. Let's make sure to... You want to make sure that the newspaper stays covered. Oh wow, these things are already starting to poke up. But the stalks will grow longer if you can keep them in the dark for a couple more days. And here's the broken pea pieces, but look, a lot of these broken pea pieces are making tails. You can see a number of tails. Well, I really can't say enough about this book, and the pictures are great, but it's also organized really well, and it shows you step by step what to do. And like he even says in the book, you really can't screw this up. The method and the process is so forgiving, and if you choose some viable seeds, you really can't screw it up, and you're going to end up with a bountiful harvest. So I have this page here. I think you can pause it and read it at your leisure, but I definitely recommend picking up this book. So the next step, once these things have sprouted tall enough, is to put them on the windowsill. So we've got to build a shelf for the window, and that's going to be really fun. So I got some lumber from Home Depot, and let's see if we can't make something custom to fit in this window. Well, you already know that I did, so let's make it. Let's just look real quick at how I built it. So here you can see the shelf put together. It's just a 2x2 wedged into the window frame with just some planks of wood, and the bottom one is laying on the windowsill itself. I really love the fact that I can close the blinds at night for privacy and it doesn't affect the plants. The book comes with some plans on how to make your own shelf, but I think, it's not that difficult to make something custom for your window frame. The author boasts of fresh salad greens in less than 10 days. And look, I already have quite the bounty on the windowsill. So let's get some of my expert taste testers out here to see how we've done. That one's alive. Gary. These are sunflowers. Sunflower sprouts. You can test them out. Oh, you don't have to pull. You don't have to pull so hard, dude. Don't have to pull. No! You're gonna knock the whole thing off. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I see you. Okay, try these. Try these little ones. What's going on over there, BB? These are, I think these are maybe radish sprouts. Let me see. Those are good. Don't eat the dirt part. Because this is a mix. This I planted radish and broccoli. And I think broccoli's the little one. We weren't being very scientific, Gary. Look at how crazy this bounty is. We are really stepping it up. So I think this one's the broccoli. I think this one's the broccoli, Gary. Here. I think that one's really good. What do you think? You smell good. Okay, these are lentils. This is the lentils. Gary is our official our official guinea pig garden taste tester. Right? And look outside, we see That's actually Joshua Tree National Park out there, the mountains. Okay, I have a special treat for you, Gary. You want to have one more nibble of the lentils? Here, one more nibble. Okay, here's the special one. Don't pull so hard. So I can't do slow motion right now because the camera's facing the other direction. So we'll just have to settle for this really cute close-up stuff. Okay. Don't get overheated up here. Look, the turtle's really doing well with the lettuce. And so is the duck. I thought I could have fun with the planters. And we are. What do you think, Gary? Can we get used to this? This popcorn, this is like a handful of popcorn kernels from a bag of popcorn kernels from the 99-cent store, the Celia's brand bag. And it cost 99 cents for one huge bag. Let me turn the camera around. You can see the popcorn kernels. Ah! I'm getting overheated over here. You want to try the chia? Okay, so this is chia. Just like a chia pet. You're my chia pet, Gary. Try it. No? You don't like the chias? Hold on. Check out my fancy pitcher. I got this pitcher for $2.99 at the Angel View, which is like a Goodwill. Look at that, hand painted from Japan. That's right in my wheelhouse, right up my alley. Okay, you don't like the chia, but you do like these. Try that. No, are you getting hot? Well, I think Gary might be getting hot. Gary, let's take you home. And I'll get you a frozen water bottle. So I just want to remind people, in the summertime or anytime it gets hot, you can take a water bottle. You want to always have water bottles frozen in the freezer, and you can wrap them in a sock and you put them in your piggy's cage, see, like this, and it keeps your piggies cool. You guys see that? So we want to keep our piggies cool. He's already got one. Gary's got one. Alright, Gary, you can chill. Thank you for your service. So after about 4 days in the darkness, you put them on the windowsill and you let them go. And boy, will they grow. Now, this is a south-facing window, but to get them just a couple more days to be tall enough to eat, we're talking like this.
You don't need a south-facing window. You don't need an east. You don't need a south-facing window. You don't need a west-facing window. You barely need a window.
In fact, the author says if you can see, you've got enough light to grow soil sprouts. Well, this is proof that this book works. So let's just run through it. Here we have sunflower sprouts. This is lentil sprouts. Then these are radish sprouts. This is some chia. And here's broccoli. So look at that. I just was gonna make enough for pasta, but I think I'll have enough for an actual salad. I'll just chop up some carrots and put some dressing, and man, it's gonna be amazing. I'll give it a try. So here we are. It's all chopped and mixed up. I just wanted to sprinkle a little lemon juice. We got lemon juice, some olive oil, and of course, what the salad would be complete without the crushed ground pepper. Ooh, that's nice. You smell of that? That is nice. That is the smell of a life. The spice of a life. Say it with me. And now we're going to use a pinch of sea salt. Look at that. And that's a beautiful salad. So I'm very excited to try this. This isn't the exact mix that they recommend in the book, but oh my god. Oh my god. It just tastes like a salad. Uh-oh. I dropped one of these sprouts. A little bit more lemon juice, maybe. That pepper, so good. When it mixes together, it's like a fancy salad from there's a couple places in LA, like Tender Greens, I think is that a place? But man, this is like a $20 salad right here. Ha! And now you guys know the secret. This big stem is a lentil. So I use fresh lemons because I had them. But you can get a big thing of lemon juice that will last a long time. So, right, because we're trying to think, well, what do we need? How can we do this, you know, at home without having to go anywhere, without needing anything? Look at these greens. From seed to plate in 10 days. That's the beauty of it.
So here's some of the sprouting seeds that I got online. Now, sprouting seeds are going to have a higher sprouting rate, and they're guaranteed to be a lot cleaner than just the random seeds that you might get either for eating or for growing vegetables. So I highly recommend at least experimenting with these types of seeds, but I also recommend experimenting with like popcorn seeds from the dollar store, or the lentils also from the dollar store. Heck, wherever you can get seeds, if you can get some clean bird seeds, go for it. See what happens.
Welcome to Foodstagram. Welcome to Insta Food. Welcome to FoodTube. Oh, look at that. Oh, here it comes, here it comes. Perfect bite, perfect bite. Oh man. So this is Anthony's soy crumble. And just some gluten-free penne, some store sauce. Oh my god. Oh my god. It doesn't look pretty anymore. Oh my god. It is the happy food dance. Look at this. Look at this. I grew on my windowsill, and now I'm gonna eat you. If you guys have not tried sunflower sprouts, you should try them just to try them. Like, if you like the taste of sunflower seeds, imagine like lettuce that tastes a little bit like sunflowers. Or imagine if green peas tasted like sunflowers. I'm so happy. Okay, this is a broccoli sprout. Man, it's just a matter of keeping up my chores. And I'll always have these. So it's true, you can go to a farmer's market and you get some pretty fresh produce, but nothing's fresher than picking something right off the windowsill right before you're about to eat it. In the next episode of the Guinea Pig Garden, I'm going to be taking a look at another book called The Sprouting... Maybe it's called The Sprouting Book. It seems like it's a compendium of sprout information. I just can't get over how good this is. Alright, so next time we'll be taking a look at the sprouting book and we'll see what kind of secrets are contained therein. But as you can see, year-round indoor salad gardening book is a success. I'll put a link down there in the description. You know how I do it. If you click on that link, it will really help the animals, even if you find another book that you want to read. But even though this book costs a lot, as you saw, really great, a lot of great photos, a lot of information, and it's going to be a resource that you're going to want to keep with you. Alright guys, I'm excited. See you next time. Bon appetit and happy growing. I really wanted to show some of my planters at the end here, some of the fun ones that I've been able to find. Now, some of these are from Goodwill. I wish I could say all of them, but I've also had a lot of fun on eBay searching for these. And it's not just planters. You can find some really fun pictures in whatever style suits your fancy. Look at this picture. This is actually a Winnie the Pooh ceramic picture. It's fully embossed 3D. And look, there's Tigger chasing a butterfly on the back. This thing is amazing and worth a pretty penny on eBay. But I did find this in Angel View. So get out there if you can, or get online, and you never know what you're going to find. Look at this, made in Japan. There's some more of that crazing I was talking about. And I just love this pelican right here. And the baby greens are really starting to take off. So I thought that I would put some of the longer term greens in some of the more fancy planters. That way I wouldn't have to keep replanting. This is broccoli though in there, and it's starting to happen. So, and you don't have to break the bank either. Remember, this one was from the 99-cent store. I'm going to put chives in there.
So $1.49 for this hedgehog. All I did was put a little ink wash into the cracks so that it would stand out and make it look a little bit more vintage. And look, you know, the turtle and the hedgehog could almost be cousins. So once you graduate from the tofu trays and the aluminum foil, you can start thinking about some really nice bowls or some of these really fun planters. This is a baby bear.